Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Leah. I'm Florida native. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I've done a video inside. I've done a few outside. We've gone through a hurricane here in Florida, two of them actually. So the energy, I feel, has lifted. It's definitely a little bit lighter. I wanted to go and go back to basics again, focusing on our spiritual journey here on this planet, on Earth. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, morning, evening, whenever you see this video. And my room right now, I don't know if you could tell, is filled with smoke from my Palo Santo. I just burned some sage as well to clear out some of the older energies and just to have a basic clearing. I know that some of you are going into fall, so the weather is changing. I'm really excited because I do love this weather, but I wanted to touch base and see how everyone was doing. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I focus more on the outside and what's been going on. I haven't cleaned the yard yet. There was a lot of debris from the hurricane, and I'm just grateful that everyone here is okay. There are others that did not fare so well in South Florida. Some people have lost their homes. Some people in the Carolinas and those eastern states, they're still feeling the effects of the two hurricanes that came through. So I wanted to really just say a positive prayer for those that are affected. Maybe you're in a different state, maybe you're in a different country right now, and you don't see so much in the news, and maybe you do. People up in Asheville, the Asheville area, parts of Florida, all over Florida actually. I know a lot of people that were affected, and maybe they didn't lose their home. Some people have lost their lives. Some people have had to start all over after Hurricane Helene had hit. We had Hurricane Milton come in as well. So do forgive me. I haven't really been doing too many videos on our spiritual path, but these are great reminders that we are protected in many, many ways. And when you have that faith in God, in your Creator, in any aspect of your life, showing that gratitude is so important. And praying for others, it does work. Prayers help. And there's so many people suffering from this natural disaster, and some people were prepared, some people weren't. Some people were prepared and still suffered a lot of damage. And a lot of these things, Spirit wants me to remind you that these are material things. Material things can always be replaced, but we also have our loved ones that maybe financially they took a big hit. And in everyday life, sometimes things go in a way where we feel like we're always starting over. And that ability to start over, that ability to still have our life and still be here to serve a purpose and carry out whatever we are here to do in this lifetime and hopefully you could hear me. Not. Let me get some of my water. Some people do go through difficult times, and like I said, no matter where you are in the world, you could experience natural disasters. You could have loved ones that have passed, or occurrences, different happenings in your life that may seem to make you feel like you can't get ahead, or that you have to start over, or that there's so much loss. But when you go to God and you have faith that everything will be okay, if we could take care of ourselves, if we can do what we can for others, and if you're not close by to people that are suffering or having difficulties in any aspect of their life, the power of prayer is so strong. And I know that sometimes it's hard to believe in that power of prayer, and it's hard to believe in the all things spiritual, because it's not something that you could see. But sometimes we are graced, we have that grace to be able to see possibly the outcomes of those prayers that we continue to say or to think, or our actions. You know, some of us are out there helping others that maybe have lost everything, or they've felt they've lost everything, but as long as we're here on earth, we could always make a difference. And as long as we can think positive thoughts and say prayers and visualize better things coming for others, we could always make that difference. As long as you have your voice to speak out, or to talk to someone, ask them if they're okay, check in on others, check on those that you know are older, possibly check in on people that they live alone. There's always something that you can do. And again, it doesn't have to be someone who's suffering from the effects of the hurricanes up in the Carolinas, or any other state, or any other natural disaster, because there are so many natural disasters that happen every day in this world. We might not be aware of it. Maybe we don't see it in the news. But as long as we're here practicing things like kindness, just to your neighbor, maybe to a coworker, maybe to someone that you haven't spoken to in a while, maybe a relative, maybe someone who has had a past, has someone who has passed over recently. I know that I have a friend that just lost his mom from cancer. She passed a few weeks ago, and she was like a second mom to me when I was in college. And my friend was very close with his mom, and we all were. She was a wonderful woman. She so active, and just a really fun and open and loving human being. So she has passed on to be with God. And most of you know that I have had a near-death experience, and I am so solid on that afterlife, that life to come, that life that you will be with this beautiful energy, which I call God. That's unconditional, loving, and He knows your heart, He knows your thoughts, He knows your wants and your desires. So I hope that you could truly find that peace and that comfort in knowing your Creator is always around you, is within you, speaks to you through others. So being aware of that which is around you, whether it be a new person, it could be a total stranger that might say something so profound at the right time when you need to hear it. Maybe you've had a bad day. Maybe you're caught up in the emotions. Maybe you've gone through a really bad breakup. Maybe you have had friends or family members that are maybe you're fighting with, or maybe you don't see eye to eye, or maybe you have a different opinion, or you have a different experience. Everyone has a different experience in this world. Everyone goes through hardships in life at some point in their life, some point in time. And sometimes when we hear other people's stories and we don't relate, we can't understand how they can be feeling or what they're thinking or what their pain or their suffering is. But maybe 10 years later you go through something very similar. And sometimes that's the lesson. Sometimes we go through this wheel, this life, and we go through some of the same issues, the same problems, the same challenges, the same lessons, but at different times in our lives than others. So when we remember that, for example, the hurricane didn't hit directly our side of the state, but maybe next time it might. I'm in the northeast section of Florida, and for the last 2 hurricanes, it hit the southwest side, the Gulf Coast side. And I have a lot of friends and a lot of family and people that I know that were affected, and or know people that know other people. And the point is, we never know when we could be the next group, person that can be affected by some tragedy or something that affects you so emotionally. So be gentle with others. And sometimes I understand, sometimes there are certain people in your life that you're not okay with. Perhaps there were some hurts and pains, misunderstandings, or intentional things that were done to you. But everyone is at a different time in their life. They have different experiences. And sometimes you will see people that are experiencing things that you would never know that they are going through those trials in their life, in the pain, because they keep it to themselves. So I hope that you could share your kindness, because it doesn't cost anything. You could share your love. You could share your prayers. I wish you happiness and joy and calm and peace in your life. If you're in a stage where you're learning or you're actually healing from some of those emotions, these pains and these hurts that we experience, and maybe even loss, I hope it will come to balance, and your emotions and your heart will be healed. So I hope this video helps some of you out there, or all of you, if it resonates. I hope you found some value in this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put it in the comment section below. And I'm definitely a little emotionally exhausted from the weather that we've experienced here with hurricane season. It's been a really tough year. I've shared some of it with you, with my grandmother passing, and then my friend's mom's passing. She was a special soul. I've had some other friends that have passed that I haven't talked about. And just some of you, I know, I feel it. A lot of people have gone through some really difficult times this year. And some of you have had a really good year, but some of you have actually dealt with some challenging lessons. And I want you to keep on pushing on. You have the strength, you have the power, you have the courage. You are stronger than you know. And don't forget that you are a child of God, and you are loved, and you are so special, and you were worth it. And believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, take one day at a time. Learn to strengthen your faith in something that is more powerful than you, something that's a higher energy than you. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.